makikita nyo, kaunting snow na lang ang naiwan. Kasi 'di ba nung weekend, nung last video ko is makita nyo na sobrang dami ng snow at naglalaro yung mga anak ko sa snow. So today is nagmelt na siya. Dito sa lugar namin, hindi talaga parati nagsusnow. As in, once in a while lang talaga nagsusnow, like maybe twice in a year or 3 times in a year na pwedeng maglaro ang mga bata sa snow. Kasi hindi kami nasa bundok, nasa center kami ng city at flat siya, kaya nandito yung airport sa amin kasi flat yung lugar namin. In today's video, gusto ko sanang i-share sa inyo ang geography. So, sana hindi ako magmukhang teacher, pero kasi maraming hindi pa rin nakakaalam na ang Greece ay nasa southernmost part ng Europe. So, mahirap at hindi ko ina-advise na mag-bus patungo sa ibang Schengen countries. So, explain ko ngayon kung bakit ina-advise ko talaga na mag-aeroplano or mag-ferry kung ang target location ninyo ay Italy. Naisipan ko na gumawa nitong video na to kasi may nagtanong sa akin kung magpe-penalty ba siya kasi nag-overstay siya sa Greece more than 90 days at ang hawak niyang residence permit ID card ay Hungary. So nagtaka ako bakit malalaman ng immigration na overstay siya. Sabi niya kasi may tatak sa passport niya. So after investigation, nalaman ko na may tatak kasi by road. So yan po ang number one disadvantage kung mag-by land kayo from Greece papunta up north. Kasi katabi ng Greece ay hindi Schengen country. In addition, flying to Hungary is only 2 hours and 8 minutes Athens to Budapest, whereas driving takes 14 hours and 34 minutes without delays. This is the map of Greece. If you notice, Greece is composed of so many islands. Kung ang Pilipinas ay merong more than 7,000 islands, ang Greece naman ay merong maximum 6,000 islands. Greece is located in the southernmost part of Europe. Makikita mo rin na nakasulat dyan na it's surrounded by Mediterranean Sea, Ionian Sea, Adriatic Sea, and Aegean Sea. Aside from the water, which is the major border of Greece, only the northern part of Greece has land borders. So merong 4 na bansa sa itaas na banda ng Greece. So the borders are Albania, North Macedonia, Bulgaria, at Turkey. So since nasa southernmost part ng Europe ang Greece, kung gusto mong magpunta sa other parts ng Europe by land, kailangan mong dumaan sa mga bansang yan. The population of Greece is only 10 million people, and actually Greece is considered as one of the top 3 dying countries kasi napakadaming matatanda compared sa kabataan. So, kailangan ng Greece ng younger immigrants para magtrabaho. Mapapansin nyo rin na ang population ng island as per the table is super liit. So, 10 million pero sa island, yung Crete na pinakamalaking island ay merong 600,000 lang na population. So, the smaller island you are, the less people lives there. Athens is the capital of Greece. Ang population ng Athens ay umaabot sa 3 million. So 10 million yung buong population ng Greece at 3 million ang nakatira sa Athens. So you can imagine kung gaano ka-congested ang Athens. So kung pupunta ka sa island, most probably dadaan yung eroplano sa Athens Airport. Yung ibang kabayan natin ay nag-international flight papuntang Athens tapos nagfe-ferry or nagbabarko papunta sa island. Kasi minsan, walang flight, walang eroplano sa island, especially kung hindi peak season or hindi summer. So, pagdating ng winter, wala masyadong flight papuntang island kasi alam nyo naman na sa island, ang mga residente ay super konti lang. Pero ito, pagdating ng summer, dumadagsa ang napakaraming turista. Yes, nagtitriple yung population ng island. You can imagine kung gaano kadaming turista ang nagpupunta sa island ng Greece. Lahat ng mga Europeans from the northern part of Greece na walang access sa tubig or walang access sa dagat ay nagpupunta sa Greece. This is the list of the top 10 countries visited by Europeans. Greece is only the top 4 destination. Mas maraming European na nagpupunta sa Italy, Spain, at France. I'm sure that those countries are also your destination. Those countries are also the ones that will be hiring a lot of Filipinos to do part-time jobs and even summer jobs. So pag-uusapan natin ngayon kung ano ang pinaka-best way para makapunta kayo sa mga bansang na pag-usapan natin. Una, Italy. Makikita nyo sa map na hindi magkatabi ang Italy at Greece. Ang dalawang bansa ay nahahati ng tubig. So hindi option na mag-bus or mag-train. So galing sa Greece, kailangan mo lang na mag-eroplano or mag-ferry. Makikita mo sa map kung ano ang options mo sa ferry. Kung ikaw ay nasa island ng Piraeus, Milos, Kanya at iba pa, kailangan mong magpunta muna sa Athens. I have mentioned in these videos that I have already traveled from Greece to Italy by ferry several times. Ilang beses na akong sumakay ng ferry para magpunta sa Greece at saka nag-drive kami from Italy all the way to Switzerland. And of course, from Switzerland and other parts of Europe is nagda-drive kami. Yung pinsan ko naman is nakapag-try na siya several times mag-bus from Switzerland to Germany at pabalik by train rin. In this map, you can clearly see that super fast ferry is departing from Patra, Igoumenitsa, and Corfu. Bari, Ancona, and Venice are the 3 destinations of Italy. So kung galing ka sa island, kailangan mo munang magpunta sa Athens or kung mas malapit sa'yo yung Patra, Igoumenitsa, or Kirkira, mas madali sa'yo makapunta sa Italy. Because Greece has so many islands and you're probably working in one of the islands, it's best to just use the airplane to go to Italy because sometimes riding the ferry is more expensive than just booking a flight to Italy because flight to Italy is actually not that expensive as long as you are booking in advance and on a low peak season. This is the map of the whole Europe. Orange color are countries that are part of the European Union and also part of the Schengen visa. Light blue are those countries that are only part of the Schengen pero hindi part ng European Union. Yung dark blue naman ay countries na part ng European Union pero hindi part ng Schengen. So kung gusto mong magpunta dyan sa Ireland ay kailangan mong kumuha ng new visit visa. Again, your Schengen visa is valid to all orange-colored and light blue-colored countries in the map. Hindi lang siya valid dun sa Ireland. And take note na merong mga bansa na hindi talaga siya part ng Schengen, yung mga parang light pink color ng map. To zoom the map, makikita mo na 2 bansa na exactly nasa ibabaw na border ng Greece ay hindi part ng Schengen. That is Albania and North Macedonia. Although you are allowed to enter those countries for a very limited time period, you will get a passport stamp of your arrival and departure. Flying from Greece to Spain or basically Athens to Madrid, takes only 3 hours and 27 minutes. But if you choose to drive, it will take 1 day and 12 hours non-stop, and not including traffic and not including border controls and other delays or even rest. For those who wants to travel from Greece to Paris in France, it takes 28 hours drive. Yes, it's possible to drive, but then again, you have to consider the traffic and all the delays while driving. The flight duration is very similar to Spain, which is just 3 hours and 29 minutes. Flying to Italy from Greece to Milan is only 2 hours and 35 minutes, whereas if you're going to drive, it will take you 21 hours and 46 minutes at the least. And of course, if you take the ferry, it could take at least 2 days. This is the map of the Balkan region. So Greece is actually considered a Balkan country. There is a big mountain in the region which is called Balkan Mountain. Kaya tinatawag yang lugar na yan na Balkan region. Para siyang katulad ng Alpine Mountain na naka-spread out from Italy, France, Switzerland, at saka Austria. Mas sikat yung Alpine region or Alps, di ba? So now, let's talk about the Balkan region. So basically, yung Balkan region ay magkakatulad lang sila ng kultura. Just like Greece, the Balkan countries are the most conservative countries in the whole of Europe. Also take note that not all the Balkan countries are in the Schengen zone. The countries that are in the Schengen zone is only Greece, Bulgaria, Romania, Croatia, and Slovenia. Again, I don't recommend that you travel to the other countries by land or by car or by train, because passing through the Balkan countries, you are gonna receive a passport stamp of when you have left Greece and when you have returned. We have to avoid getting a stamp on our passport para hindi matrace kung kailan ba tayo umalis sa Greece at para hindi matrace kung nag-overstay na ba tayo sa ibang Schengen countries. Although Bulgaria and Romania are part of the Schengen zone, hindi sila part ng land zone. So, wala kang matatanggap na stamp sa passport kung nag-eroplano ka. Pero kung by land, by car, or by train, or by bus, meron kang stamp na matatanggap pagka dumaan ka sa Bulgaria at Romania. And of course, other countries na hindi part ng Schengen zone ay definitely merong passport stamp at you have to check kung kailangan mo rin ng visa. Again, kung meron kang residence permit ID card or kahit valid visa man lang, valid work visa sa Greece, pwede kang bumisita sa ibang Schengen for 90 days. 90 days lang. Huwag na huwag kang lumagpas or else pwede kang mabigyan ng penalty and other consequences. Again, although legally we are limited for 90 days to visit other countries, pero meron kasing loophole, diba? When traveling from one Schengen to another by airplane, walang immigration stamp sa passport. So, hindi nila malalaman kung kailan ka lumabas at pumasok sa bansa. Kung ayaw mong malaman ng immigration na sumobra ka or nag-overstay ka is wag na wag kang magpunta sa bansa na nagtatatak ng passport. Here are the top 10 European cities that you should visit. Based on the map, it's very inconvenient kung magbabay land kayo or mag-train or by bus. So I highly advise na mag-eroplano na lang kayo papunta sa mga bansang iyan. The ticket prices are actually not expensive, so it's just best to book early. Malapit na ang Pasko. Makikita nyo na buong street dito ay puno na ng mga Christmas market. Ngayon, pag-uusapan naman natin kung ano bang mga bansa sa Europe ang mayayaman. Kasi dapat dun tayo magpunta sa mga mayayamang bansa. So, paano ba natin malalaman kung mayaman ang isang bansa? Simple. Simple lang. Kung ang mga mamamayan or mga lokal ay maka-afford ba sila na magbakasyon. Diba? Kung sinong mga bansa yung parati lang nagbabakasyon, yun yung mga bansa na mayayaman kasi yung mga tao ay may pera na pwedeng aksayahin para sa pagbabakasyon. Tingnan nyo yung map. Ang light color, yan yung mga bansa na mayayaman. Yung mga darker color, yung mga dark red na, yan naman yung bansa na hindi nila afford na magbakasyon. Ang top 3 European citizens na parating nagbabakasyon ay, of course, Luxembourg, which is a very small country, pero ito ang pinakamayamang bansa sa buong mundo. Pangalawa naman ay Norway at ikatlo ang Switzerland. Ang top 3 na mga bansa or mga mamamayan na hindi nagbabakasyon ay Kosovo, Montenegro, at Romania. So based sa map na to, dyan mo na makikita kung saan mga bansa nakatira ang mga mayayaman. Salamat sa panonood. I'm pretty sure na mas nadagdagan ang kaalaman mo tungkol sa Europe at ngayon alam mo na kung saang bansa ka susunod na pupunta. Ang dami-daming bansang pagpipilian para bisitahin dito sa Europe. Sana pagpalain kayo at makahanap kayo ng trabaho sa mayayamang bansa. Salamat sa panonood. Sana may natutunan kayo sa video na to at kita-kita po tayo sa susunod na video.